Yeah, it may not be a big deal or anything like that, but for me it is. Now, I have stepped away for a while, for a few years, well, for a couple of years, off Darrell's reactions. And yeah, definitely have to apologize for stepping away that long because of my mental health and stuff like that and different ventures that I've been doing since then, doing the podcast and all that. Breaking mental health with Darrell. We've launched that into season 1. And so I figured it would be a better time right now to do Darrell's reactions with the help and talk of Darren. Figured it was time. So here it is. I'm back. And I'm ready to swing at it hard once again. And since this is the first episode of me being back, and this will be probably, I believe, the 10th episode in general, I'm going to keep it that way. So today I am going to discuss the trade that the Spurs acquired some other players, and the Hawks got Dejounte Murray as he teams up with Trae Young. So you're going to hear my reaction from that, from Darrell's reactions, next. All right, I'm back with Darrell's reactions. Of course, I am Darrell. Thank you to everybody for your long, hard patience, waiting for me. I know it's not an easy thing to do, but sometimes different ventures will get in the way, and your mental health will get in the way. And I'm not going to be long at all. But I'm just going to say this. When the Atlanta Hawks acquired Dejounte Murray for the San Antonio Spurs, any person, any player, any coach that you get from the Spurs will raise a question. Is that a good move? Sure. Not all moves are good, but most of the moves are pretty general. They're pretty swifty. They're good. So when you're looking at a player like Dejounte Murray and how he has developed his game from the beginning, that explains how talented he is. And you're teaming up with Trae Young, and you're actually going probably to get into a deep playoff situation. You probably are. You'll never want to doubt that. Never. You never want to doubt that. So the bigger thing that I see out of this is that most people that succeed comes out of San Antonio. You look at Becky Hammond. Look at what she's done so far. You know? You got Monty Williams. He's pretty successful. Steve Kerr is a player. But he already had established a little bit of leadership from Phil Jackson. It just got better with Greg Popovich. So any person that comes from under the leadership of Greg Popovich, you know is bound to be pretty damn good. It's going to be pretty damn good. So with that, I believe that the Atlanta Hawks can actually make something out of this. I believe that was a good trade. And regardless to how the Spurs responded to it, sometimes you do have to let your good players go, even if it's a draft pick, even if it's meant for them to stay, or if they can actually build around them. But, you know, sometimes things actually do come to an end. And all these adjustments that they have made, you know, they have kind of went backwards in this case. And they have went backwards. And that's generally okay because they're still trying to find the pieces to do a rebuild off of. You know, you had a couple of players of LaMarcus Aldridge, and then you had DeMar DeRozan for maybe a couple of seasons, maybe 3, and you had some pretty solids. Then you, of course, you had the Kawhi Leonards, and then you had your Tony Parkers, as it was succeeding, building and succeeding. But you know, it's one of those things. This is one of those things, and I think this could bring a beef in the backcourt of the Hawks because of presence, space, and agility. And with Trae Young and how he has developed already so far as a player, this is one of his times to have a backup like Dejounte Murray. It's that simple for me. But you can always be wrong. You never know. But you know what? We'll find out this season when the NBA season kicks back up again. But that's good. It'll be good. But that's all I have. That's all I have. I still want to thank y'all for your patience and your time. I really appreciate that. This little portion of my Darrell's Reaction little podcast, mini podcast, is in courtesy of Double Take Sports Talk. You can check out our podcast at any given moment on every Wednesday. We'll have a recording out. We've been out lately, but we did do a recording Wednesday, this past Wednesday. You can check it out. Other than that, we're on social media. You can follow us there. Double Take Sports Talk at the Watch Brothers on the search box of YouTube. And, of course, on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at DTSD2414 for Twitter and Instagram. And on Facebook, fan page at the Watch Brothers. But until then, see you on the next round.